The beauty of a bouncy coil lies in its coils, and there are two methods of coiling bouncy coil for it to turn out beautiful like you desire. So in today's video, I'll be talking about these two methods, their advantages and disadvantages, and all you need to know about these two methods. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and to my old and returning subscribers, you guys has been amazing. There are two types or two methods of coiling or styling bouncy coil. We have the heatless method and we also have the heat method. And let me start with the heatless method. The heatless method is that method whereby you don't need it or you don't need a coiler for it. There are different type of rollers that you can use for this method. We have the bending rollers and we also have the plastic rollers as well. And you also need styling mousse. You also need a serum, but that will be after the hair is already dry as well. One of the advantages of the heatless method is that it doesn't require electricity. Yes, if you are in Nigeria especially, where we are always having light issues, this method is the best for you because you don't need electricity for it. All you need is bending rollers and your mousse, and you do it and just place it under the sun. So anytime, any day, you don't have to be scared of whether to rush it or do it because you are scared if there is light or if there's no light or not. You don't need that. Another advantage of this method is that when you do it properly, like if it's dry and you follow the right process, the normal process, you do it well, the coils will last for a very long time. Yes, that is in fact that is one of the major advantages I love about this method, because the coil doesn't get weak on time. Yes, due to the fact that you use mousse, and mousse oats gives oats to a product, or give oats to hair, that which makes it last, which will make it firm, to make it hard, or I don't want to use the word hard, it will make it strong, or it will make it firm and hold the coils for a very long time. Because bouncy coil is when it's bouncy, when the coils is defined, that is where the beauty of it lies. So that's why I love this method, because it's because of the fact of because of the product that you use in the coiling process. It makes it last, the coils last, look bouncy for a very long time. Advantage I like as well is that it defines the coil very, very well, perfectly. Like it makes it very coily, makes it bouncy. Like if you do the right thing, maybe you coil it in the right proportion, like in fact you will like how the coils would come out. It defines the bouncy coil so well. So it's another advantage I also love about this particular method. And also another advantage I love about this method is that it's very nice for short bouncy coils. Sometimes short bouncy coils, like those Motola kind of bouncy coils, it's very difficult to use electric coiler for them, because doing it to define that coils, in the process, in fact, the coiler will even be burning you. But I love this method because rollers has different sizes, so the small, medium and large. So it depends. If in fact the tiniest of these coils, there's a plastic rollers for them. So that is why I love it. It's suitable for short bouncy coil. So if you are scared, or you have a bouncy coil and you are scared, you don't know the particular way to define the coils, try out this method. You are going to like it. And also another advantage I say is that it's also good for blend hairs as well. Most blend hairs are not heat friendly, so I love this particular method because you can also use it for your blend hair, and it will also come out. This heatless method is one method that you can use to coil your bouncy coil blend hairs, and it will come out very, very nice. So it's suitable for human hair and blend hair all together. Advantage is that it also makes the coils last longer, because of due to the fact that you applied mousse on it. Mousse holds products, mousse holds give hair extra hold, so it makes it last for a very, very long time. So now let me talk about the disadvantage of this method. And one of the disadvantage of this method is that it's time consuming. It's a disadvantage because it's not something that you can do one day and you achieve the desired coils that you have. It takes time because the process, you have to roll it and you have to leave it under the sun, or even if you don't want to put it under the sun, you have to leave it for like 3 days, 1 week or more for the coils to dry before you can loosen it, because the longer you leave it on that you leave the rollers on the coils, the better for you. Please, sorry if you are hearing any funny noise. I'm working in one house close to me, so it's the longer you leave the rollers on the coils, the better for you, because it will make the coils last, it will make the coils turn out or well defined. So it's not something that you can just do sharp, or you know, something that you need or urgently, maybe you want to just style it quickly and wear. No, this method is not like that. So that is why it's time consuming and it takes a long time for you to achieve the desired result, that you want on that bouncy coil. Process is also slow as well, because before you have to use moves, you have to roll it takes time. So if you want something very fast, sharp, I don't think this method is suitable for you. So it's something that it takes time. If you want to really achieve, or you want that bouncy coil to come out well, it takes time for you to do that. The process takes another disadvantage as well. I kind of feel is a disadvantage is like it's expensive. Yes, because you have to get bending rollers, you have to buy rollers, and it depends on how you want it to be. You have to buy different type of rollers, you have to buy like plenty rollers, because of how you have to buy plenty rollers, and you need moves as well to do this process. You need you need a serum as well. So it's a bit kind of expensive, because you need products, you need styling tools for it. It's not something that you can just do sharp. It requires money, because by these things that I'm mentioning now, by the time you calculate the money, is more than 10,000 naira. That is if I'm not exaggerating, or even more. So this process is kind of expensive for you to do. Another disadvantage is that it's not beginner friendly. Yes, so this process is not beginner friendly in the sense that if you are not really a professional, or you are not somebody, you don't have idea about styling or hair, you cannot do this method, because you need that special skill to be able to roll the hair and to do it correctly. So I kind of feel is a disadvantage. Maybe some people might not agree with me, but I feel it's a disadvantage, because someone that doesn't even have idea about coiling hair or hairstyling cannot do this particular method. So it requires you to be a professional. It requires to like it's very suitable for professionals to do this method, because it's like I said in one of the advantages, it takes time. So it requires a professional to have that time, that patience to use this method, not somebody that just looking for something to do sharp. Somebody that is not even into hair cannot use this method. Kind of people, they just want to do something sharp, like just style it and go. So this particular method is not suitable for beginners or somebody that doesn't have idea about hairstyle. So now let me talk about the heat method, which is the heat iron or coiler method. This method is the method that you use electric coiler, and we have different types, different shapes, different sizes of electric coiler for this method, which I'll leave pictures for you to see, whereby you use electric to do this method. And now let me go back to the advantages of this method. One of the advantages of this method is that it's faster, it's quick. Yes, that is why I love this method, because it doesn't require like a long process. Yes, it's just something that you just plug your coiler, provided you have a very, very good coiler. Just plug it, take your time, like within 30 to 1 hour you are good to go, compared to the heatless method that it takes hours, that you have to put it on the sun for it to dry. No, this particular method, you don't need that. All you just need to do is just coil it, and you are good to go. Maybe you just add a spray oil and to make, or use clip to clip the coils. Then when you are wearing it, when you are about to wear it, you just remove those clips and you are good to go. So this method is faster. That is one of the reasons why I like this heat method, the heat method. Another advantage I also love about this particular method is that it's also good for longer bouncy coils. Yes, like that short, that heatless method mostly is mainly for, although people still use it for long runs, but I think I prefer it, like it's best for long, like those voluminous, very long bouncy coils. This particular method is good for them, like from 14 inches, like those very full voluminous kind of bouncy coil. This heat method or coiling iron method is the best method for it, because we have different shapes of coiling iron that you can use to achieve this for your long bouncy coils. So that is also another advantage of this particular method. Another advantage as well I love about this particular method is that it's beginner friendly as well. Yes, anybody can do this method, anybody can use it. It's just for you to just take your time, coil it, and you are good to go. Even if you are not into hairstyling and you feel like coiling your bouncy coil, is something that you can just do between 1 hour and you are good to go. So it's beginner friendly, anybody can use this particular method. That is also another advantage and one of the reasons why I love this heat method or coiling iron method as well. You don't need to really be a professional. Although a professional, you do it perfectly, but even as a beginner or as a novice on hairstyling, you can still use this method and it will still come out very nice. Another advantage, which is the last advantage about this method, is that it's less expensive. Yes, although there are some coiling irons that are very expensive, but at least with 5,000 naira, 6,000, you can still get a good coiler and above. Yes, so this method is less expensive because you don't really need much. You don't need moves, you don't need to buy different type of coilers or bending rollers. No, all you need is just your coiling iron, then maybe your serum. After after styling, just apply serum on it to give it a shine. So that is why I said it's less expensive, and it's also it's also an advantage as well. So now let's move over to the disadvantages of this heat method or coiling iron method. The disadvantage of this method is that the coils doesn't last for a long time. Yes, like the coils doesn't last for a long time like the heat method, because this the heat method is just like the coils get weak with time. This method, I'm talking from experience, even after coiling it, in fact before the day ends, the hair is already getting, the coils are already getting weak, except maybe it's just extremely a very good and quality. This method that doesn't really last because of you don't use mousse, and mousse is one of the major products that gives hold to coils. So, and this method you don't use mousse for it, so it makes the coils get weak on time. In fact, even before the end of the day, you notice that the coils is already falling off, it's already getting weak. So this method doesn't last for a very long time, except if that bouncy coil is really a quality bouncy coil that even when you don't do much, it will still remain bouncy. But if you are using less quality hair, for this to achieve a really good bouncy coil that will stay old or stay bouncy for a long time, I don't think this method will be right for you. That's why it's not even suitable for blend hair. You can't use this method to coil blend hair because it will not stay coily, because it's not most bouncy coil blend hair are not heat friendly. So that's a disadvantage for this particular method, because it doesn't hold coils for a very long time. And another disadvantage is that it's not suitable for bouncy coils that are short. Yes, it's not good for short bouncy coil. If you have you are coiling a very short bouncy coil with using this method, in fact it will give you problem, and it will end up not getting coiled, or the coils will not be well defined, because it's not easy to roll it, to roll a short bouncy coil into that coiler, that iron coiler. So which makes it difficult for you to achieve it, and even in the process of doing it, in fact it will even be burning your hand, and which nobody wants to experience that. So this also is a disadvantage in this for this particular method. This heat method is not suitable. So if you have short bouncy coil, you cannot use this method. The last disadvantage of this method is that without light, you cannot use this method, especially if you are in Nigeria. We know how NEPA used to do us dirty anytime, any day. So this method is one method that, in fact, you cannot, if there's no light, you cannot use it, because if your heat or your heat coiler is not hot, you cannot coil it, and the purpose is defeated. So if maybe you are in the process, you are trying to coil it and you want to wear that hair sharp, you want to wear that hair at that day, or you want to wear that hair that day or in 30 minutes time, and maybe you in the process of coiling in NEPA takes light, oh, you are on your own, that means the purpose of coiling it is already defeated. It's either you wear it like that, or you end up keeping it and maybe wearing another wig. So this method is also a disadvantage, because without electricity you cannot use this method. So that's it for this video. I hope you find it helpful, because I know you must have been seeing the practical aspect of different method of redefining or coiling your bouncy coil. So I decided to talk about the theory part of it, telling you the disadvantages of these two methods. So guys, sorry I couldn't continue with the sit down video because my phone memory was full, so I had to stop, then do voiceover for this, because I've already said the important things I want to say. So that's it for this video. Have you tried any of this method before? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the heatless, or you prefer the heat or the coiling iron, electric coiling iron method? Share your thoughts on it, and hope you find this video helpful as well. So before you click off from this video, if you have watched to this point and you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button to join the family, and also click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a new video. Share this video, someone might find it informative and helpful as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.